so this is our week 4 video. We've had to change up our project because basically we hit a brick wall with the original game. To give you a heads up on what we ran into, let me see if I can load up a scene here. So as you can see, the terrain itself and everything looks real nice, but we needed more than just the graphics. We needed more than just the pretty pictures. Right now I've got the camera kind of locked in a top-down view, and you can see we are able to edit the terrain in real time. The problem was getting access to the voxel data so that we could edit the terrain in the game using the AI. And we never got a satisfactory resolution to that. So we ended up having to scrap this project simply because of time constraints. It was going to take us way too long, and we've moved on to doing something else. So without further ado, what we actually started with was to do a tower defense game. The tower defense project that we're working on now. As you can see, this is our test map, and we don't have a whole lot on here, but we've been able to get the basic framework of the game in place. As you can see, we've got little AI actors coming along the path here. We don't have them animated yet, but they'll follow along all the way up the path to the end, which would be the player's goal that they're trying to protect. And you see we've got them spawning along 3 different paths here. We ran into a couple of small little minor hiccups on it, nothing major. As you can see, we still got actors that are spawning underneath, and there's some scaling issues. We do have the camera rigged and working so that the player can't go beyond the bounds, but we still need something along the edges to keep them from basically looking off the edge of the world. We also had an issue, or I had an issue earlier with it, where the AI actors were not rendering because of the health bars over their head was actually trying to force them onto the GUI layer, and that was causing some issues. You can see over here we've got the towers. They're not quite functional yet. I've got some of them set up properly, but they don't have the projectiles in place yet. What you see, that ring there, is actually their range detector, so as enemies pass through the range detector, they'll be targeted, but I still have to set up the actual firing scripts for that. This is part of the 3D tower defense, which is an amazing game, or amazing tool, and I highly recommend anybody who wants to use it or wants to make an RTS game, have a look at it. It's definitely worth the investment just to save yourself the time with the background programming if you're not already familiar with it.